My name is Korrina Sanchez, and I did not grow up in church. I was the only person in my family that went to church, and that didn't happen until I got invited to HDC in junior high. And at that point, I didn't know if I was Christian or Catholic. My mom was Christian, my dad was Catholic, but neither of them were active in their church, so I had a lot of questions. Like, okay, I know what my parents are, but what am I? I grew to have this strong sense of independence. Like, I definitely didn't need God because there's probably not a God anyways. I didn't need a man because the marriage didn't work. Didn't need my parents because I felt didn't help me anyways. So, it's time to have fun. Like, I don't need anybody. I don't need anything. I'm the boss. I met my husband. I was 23. We were still doing the same thing, still trying to have fun, going out, partying. By that time, my family had gotten involved in church, and they would invite me, and I didn't want to go because church is for losers. I'm not a loser, so I'm not going to church. My sister called me up, invited me to church on Sunday. It was Friday. I said no, definitely not. I don't want to go, don't want anything to do with it. A few hours later, my daughter got off school, picked her up. She was 6 at the time. My son was 4. And we took off down the hill. We were going to the beach, maybe to their aunt's house. I just wanted out of the desert and rolled off the freeway. We rolled the car off a 100-foot drop at Kenwood on the 15, and that was it. The person who pulled us out had told my parents that he prepared himself to find someone deceased in the car. The windows were full of blood, and could have been a lot worse, and we were okay. I laid in the hospital. I had a thing around my neck, laid on the gurney in the hallway by myself. They had taken the kids to the kids' side of the hospital, and tears just started rolling down my face. And it wasn't until that moment, it was like, whoa, I hear you, God, and you're real. For 5 years, I didn't believe that he was real, and I didn't want anything to do with him. And at that moment, I could just feel his presence. So I went to church that Sunday, and I had told my husband, like, hey, me and the kids are going to church. I don't know what you're gonna do, but we gotta go. Like, God said, I told God I'd go, so I'm going. The school that I'm at right now is a very dark place, a very sad and depressing place most of the time. And we started a Bible club. So our church donated all the Bibles for that. And that has been really amazing to just show kids God's love, show kids God's word, and kind of answer those questions that Pastor Paul did for me when I was their age. So that's one thing. And I see, women in my life that struggle, just like we all struggle. So it's my job to say, hey, come to church with me. Hey, do you want to go to Bible study? Let's go to Bible study. And I've brought people to Bible study, and even in my immediate family, we have those conversations. And now that I have one sister who's getting older, and she just had a baby, so she's been watching me for all these years, and now I think she's starting to understand the power of God in your life. Women's Bible study. I'm trying to get some women together this summer to do a study with me. So just anytime I see someone needs that encouragement, it's easy to reach out and say, hey, guess what? Come to church with me. You'll feel so much better, I promise. So just anyone I could reach out to, I try to reach out to them.